What up, guys? It's your boy Infamous Being Commented. Boy, welcome back. Okay, happy Juneteenth, guys. Happy Juneteenth. Okay, since it is Juneteenth, I thought it would be a good idea to me to talk about Dr. Cress Welsing's theory of color confrontation. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out on DNR in case you guys don't know what it is. It's a digital online art gallery where you can pretty much see me post all myself. Alright, disclaimer first. I do not support any hate, racial discrimination, or inequality of any kind. We're all freaking human. It's 2023. Let's move forward, not back. This is for educational purposes only. I am no licensed psychologist or geneticist or any ologist whatsoever. I'm just giving my honest opinion and commentary on them. Okay, I don't really know like a little bit about Dr. Cress Welsing. Dr. Cress Welsing is a psychologist that pretty much came up with the color confrontation theory. The theory was I think it was made back in the 70s. I mean, you guys can Google this if you want to. To sum up what the color confrontation theory is, it's pretty much a theory on the reason white supremacy or one of the functions of white supremacy is. Basically, she hypothesized the reason one of the reasons why white supremacy is even the functions of it is to preserve their genetic lineage. And she pointed out the fact that people of European ancestry, white people if you will, are the minority for most of the human population. For most of humans' evolutionary history though. Because, again, if you study your genetics a little bit and you've been reading on your biology books a little bit, there's two types of genes here. You got the dominant ones and you got the recessive ones. Having darker skin, brown eyes, black hair, sometimes brown, these are dominant traits. These traits are gonna show up in an offspring. Recessive traits such as blue eyes, green, red, blonde, and having lighter skin, those are a result of recessive genes. And she kind of does got a valid point. I mean, let's say, okay, I'm just saying, whenever biracial couple have a kid, the person of color, the black parents. Okay, here's the thing. When we think about biracial kids, we normally think about black and white most of the time. Whenever a black parent mate or date any, let's be honest, not just with white but with all other racial groups, the black features are gonna show up most of the time because it's very dominant. Our genetics are very dominant, so it would make sense that they would try to preserve the rarity of their skin tone and their genetic features, because due to the fact that again, we're genetically dominant. We can crap, I cannot talk today, Jesus. But pretty much if crap. Sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to get my head together. Okay, so basically people that are black, you have the power to pretty much genetically dominate every other racial group in existence. And the white supremacists, one of the things that white supremacists fear is either the unity of black people across the world or anywhere, or they fear being genetically bred out. I mean, it has been said. If you guys paid attention in biology class, you probably heard of Neanderthals, how Homo sapiens from Africa came to Europe and interbred with Neanderthals, and they, instead of them being killed off or something, they were just genetically bred out. And that's one of the things that white supremacists possibly have feared, that they feared that they'll potentially go extinct, because people of European ancestry, they tend to have a little more Neanderthal not Neanderthal traits, more Neanderthal genes. We all have Neanderthal genes due to constant, because of the slave trade, everyone's genetically mixed up. Everyone is. Even if say I don't know, white people suddenly like start dying out genetically, they're not gonna completely die out, because here's the thing: recessive genes always hide, or always like dormant for a little while until like a certain until a certain time, though. Until like a certain combination or another recessive combination happens again. Point is, and I came up with this little metaphor, I guess. Or a little saying like this. It goes like this: people of color are immortal. People that are white, they can like reincarnate. They can regenerate. I mean, what I mean is their population can regenerate. Even if we did, it's not going to completely go away. I mean, their skin tone, their features, everything. It won't completely be gone though. Okay, I did not. Okay, like historically speaking, like okay, if you guys like paid attention a little bit in history, remember like all the mass lynchings that used to happen like in the 1920s, 30s, or like after the Civil War and everything else. Most of like the primary reasons why these lynchings were mostly happening is because like what was it? Because black men were either accused of fornication with white women. The white men at the time, they feared if they interbreed with them, that they'll potentially die out again. It's like another fear that white supremacists fear, that they fear being genetically bred out and possibly be replaced, or I don't know, black folks taking revenge too. And I mean, it wouldn't be surprising. I'm just saying, like throughout like most of like American history, black folks have been subjected to extreme crazy things though. Okay, but back to the lynching thing and the primary cause of it. Again, it was the result of like a bunch of black men being accused or has been like sexually assaulting white women or something. It's all because of the result of those things. Because ladies, and I'm talking about ladies of all races and cultures here. I'm talking to all of y'all right now. I'm speaking to y'all. Men will do insane level of things to reproduce. Insane level of things. Murder, bribery, genocide. Guys will do anything to reproduce. Same thing with them. The reason why they like lynch them is because they fear that they'll be again genetically bred out and potentially like be undateable to their own women. You know what I mean? Okay, I just again, I want to give my own personal opinion about Dr. Cress Welsing's theory. I mean, I found her theory pretty fascinating and very cool though. Given the fact that I love science, genetics, and evolution, this is kind of like, I guess, I mean, it is pretty much my thing. Science it was my go-to subject when I was in school as a kid. I mean, it was kind of my thing. Anywho, human behavior is pretty fascinating though. And human nature, I mean, when you start to look at it, it's not really, it's kind of an ugly picture, but we all do what's necessary to survive. Even if what we have to do to survive or to reproduce or anything is illegal, immoral, unethical, we will all do what's necessary to survive. Even if it's unethical and anything, like inhumane, insane. Look, I'm not justifying the horrible crap that happened. I'm not justifying that. You can never justify any murder, sexual assault. That crap can never and it should never be justified. Humans are diverse. We're diverse. We all come in different shapes, sizes, color. At the end of the day, we're all freaking human. And we need to start treating people like humans. I mean, I know we got a long way to go till, where you see racism and everything else. It's kind of like good and evil. You can never have good, and you can't have good without evil, and evil without good. You know what I'm saying, right? They're opposites. they're complementary. Well, the way I see it, anyway. Point is, I know that racism is a never-ending fight that never goes away, but that doesn't mean give up or even, just let it happen. If you see racism, call it out. Call it like it is. Well, time to wrap up the show. Happy Juneteenth. Like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Check me out on DeviantArt. The links to the information, everything is linked down below. M3 Bullet, out.